2-camera phone, 1-camera phone, 3-camera phone. Very complicated. Apple new product. They are so daring that they go back to a 1-camera phone when everyone is a 3-camera phone. To 1200, which is iPhone 17. I don't know what to say. The iPhone Air is 1600. And then iPhone 17 Pro is 1700, and then iPhone 17 Pro Max is 2000. So right now they want to anchor their phone at $2000 starting price. So I don't know whether you guys follow this person, very famous Apple product reviewer. Whenever Apple have new product, he's the first one who review the product, and then people will go to his channels to see how he think about this product. So the title is iPhone 17 Impression, Spot the Red Flags. So the title itself, you know that actually he's not quite positive. He really downplay very much. He didn't say this product is bad. He just say that this product may not be up to expectation, and this product, if compared to other product, maybe there's a red flags that you need to take note. For example, their battery life, the heat, the quality of camera, and the new chips that put inside iPhone Air may have overheat situation. You just go ahead and watch this. After you watch, right, I guess most likely you might not change your iPhone if you're an iPhone user. Even for myself and Will, when we talk about iPhone 17, right, we even thought of maybe switch to Google Pixels, go into like Google ecosystem instead. But why every time iPhone or Apple product launch, right, we always look at iPhone, whether this iPhone can be the next hit? Very simple reason, because for Apple, even though they have other product suites, they are still heavily reliant on iPhone sales. 50% of iPhone sales every single year. And any drop of iPhone sales, if the rest of the segment didn't pick up or didn't pick up fast enough, actually iPhone revenue would go down instead. They need to pick up their service revenue and other product fast enough so that it can so-called counterbalance iPhone sales number. That's why whenever iPhone new product, right, for Apple investors, you have to look at the iPhone sales. Luckily, we have a very good China friends that love Apple product. If you're an Apple investor, you know that actually Apple, there's quite a loyal customer base right there. And so strong that people are buying through different platforms and willing to wait at the payment page. So I think we got so used to online shopping, right? If we face difficulty on the process, right, most likely we will not continue it, and most likely we will say bye-bye to the product. But so what happens to the pre-sales in China? They are willing to wait like maybe 20 minutes. And then if the actual shipping date is 19, right, they are so hot that they need to wait for another month, even is online pre-order. But there's this thing that affected their sales. Yeah, so you see that there's took 5 minutes to process payment. Is that you go to buy what J.Ch. like concert ticket or Taylor Swift concert ticket. Are you willing to wait at the ticketing page? And this news come in. So in China, right now they stopped their iPhone Air sales, and the reason is really largely because of eSIMs. All right. So for our iPhone Air, the reason why they can be so thin is because they can only use eSIM. You cannot use a physical SIM card. And I don't know, you guys, if you travel, right, most of the time when we buy travel SIM card, right, a lot of eSIMs provider, or maybe 90% of eSIM provider are all these China so-called provider. I thought, eSIM is not the problem for China so-called telco or China so-called users. But in actual fact, there's only one eSIM provider in China, which is China Unicom. And China Mobile and China Telecom actually is leveraging on China Unicom eSIM. So actually eSIM, it is not as wide used in China. So this is actually the things that I don't know until I read this news. And part of the many reason they said, oh, maybe because China eSIM, they are not ready yet. They don't have like customer service or customer team to be ready on all those like eSIM problem or eSIM customer servicing. And the other side of the story is because China eSIM, you can easily buy eSIM, and then it is hard for the regulator to clamp down, or not clamp down, to control the eSIM users. And part of the reason they said is people who use eSIM, right, in China, right, they always have this Chinese wall, in a sense that you need to climb over the wall in Chinese term to access outside of China information. So for example, Google services is not available in China. You need VPN to watch YouTube, for example. And a lot of all these eSIM allows people to easily access to outside information. Yeah. But I'm not sure whether this is true or not. Because when I use all this Chinese eSIM, right, without VPN, right, I cannot access to ChatGPT. So even if I have eSIM, I still need a VPN. So whether or not it's eSIM, right, I think it doesn't matter. You can still access outside information. So what I think right here is because maybe for eSIM user, right, or purchaser, right, you can easily mask your identity. So it's hard for the government or hard for the provider to trace who is the end user. I don't know. It's just a hiccup that they face. But all in all, if they are looking at iPhone Air sales, right, actually they need to solve these eSIM issues lah. All right. So one interesting angle whereby brought up by MKBHD is this. He said, actually, iPhone Air maybe Apple see it as an innovative product. They like to test the market to understand if the market want thin type of like phone. I find that the logic is a bit funny lah. And they want to test with this thin phone, right? Actually, they want to produce a foldable phone, but the foldable phone failed. So that's why they can only launch out iPhone Air. They are looking at a foldable phone. But because of the software of the foldable phone is not ready, right? The UI, maybe the design is not stable yet. So that's why in order to surprise or test the market, they produce iPhone Air first. I don't know. Okay. So there's a lot of rumor out there, in terms of like why they come out with iPhone Air.